Self-worth, self-esteem, and self-respect are not the same thing. And these are my in and outs for 2026. I didn't want 2026 to just be new body, new hair, new skin goals. I wanted it to feel more internal this year. And I was really digging into self-worth, self-esteem, and self-respect. Newsflash, self-worth, self-esteem, and self-respect are not the same thing. They're actually extremely different from each other, yet they're very intertwined. And I've been digging into this because I never felt great about my achievements. I would always just say, okay, what's next? I never gave myself time to be proud of myself, really. So I did some digging and I found out that these three layers that make a human kinder, healthier, and honestly a good person to even be around with are all intertwined. They are all dependent on each other. So let's talk about this. Growing up, I had vitiligo. I was in my teenage years and absolutely hate being seen. I was just not ready to be seen at all. I would hide my face with a fringe. I would wear a lot of makeup to cover vitiligo. And honestly, I didn't even take part in a lot of extracurricular activities until I was maybe in 11th or 12th grade. I truly did not believe I mattered because I was so far away from the system and I wanted to just run away from the system actually. So I obviously had very low self-worth. Self-worth is when you believe that you matter just because you are alive. Self-worth is completely internal. It's not tied to an external win or a loss. It is tied to the fact that you are pulled by gravity and you are alive on this earth. That's it. That is your true innate being. And you matter for just existing. That is self-worth. Self-esteem gets a little tricky. Self-esteem is when you have achievements and you have external achievements or even maybe internal achievements that build your self-esteem brick by brick. So that is basically proof that you have high self-esteem. Now, with someone who has low self-esteem and who chases to being someone who has high self-esteem, aka me or aka people pleasers, this is horrendous to say the least. What ends up happening? You have low self-worth, so you don't think that you matter, and you place all your love and all your effort and all your thoughts and everything centered around what is good for my self-esteem. So you center it around grinding, hustling, giving up on sleep, leaving your needs to care for someone else, helping them with their success. All of this makes you disassociate from yourself and put your entire self-worth and self-esteem into something else. So you're just abandoning yourself, and obviously that's not great. And now to people like this, what do you think their self-respect could be? Their self-respect is of course super low because they don't want to make the other person feel uncomfortable, and then they end up not having boundaries because they're scared that the other person will leave and the other person will abandon them. So then you get stuck in this dopamine loop, what's next? What can I do next? Can I change my hair? Can I get a new piercing? Can I become skinnier? Can I work out 6 times a week? Etc., etc. Because you are chasing after high self-esteem. You are neglecting self-worth and self-respect. So honestly, a real glow-up doesn't start with the aesthetics, your productivity, or even how much money you have in the bank. It really starts with just believing that you matter because you are on planet Earth. That's it. Then your self-esteem issues kind of tie into you when it says, hey, yeah, I failed in this, but humans make mistakes. I'm human. And I make mistakes and I can learn from this. And then you follow up with self-respect because you have high self-worth, high self-esteem. You'll naturally have high self-respect. So you'll set boundaries. You'll never have to teach people how to care for you because they know how much you care for yourself already. So the other person comes second and you come first. You feel like you are valuable enough to take up space. And you're ready to be seen, and you're suddenly not camera shy anymore. You're suddenly wearing all those outfits that you said you would, and you start to really have a good innate version of yourself that truly believes that you are worthy of living. And that is enough. That is the core, and that is enough for your glow up of 2026. So, next time when you chase after the next win, ask yourself, if this fails, do I still have high self worth? And then you start to reel back in and you remember this video and you calm yourself and you say, hey, I'm ready to be seen. In all of my wins and all of my losses, I'm ready to be seen. So, yeah, this is my in for 2026 and also outs for 2026. What are yours? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you soon. Bye.